I never felt before like he was using me. It's only this visit that I realized it must be a visa thing. Because why aren't you coming at me in a loving way, you know?
Earrings.
So let me get this straight. So because he's not coming at you in a loving way, that must mean that he was using for a visa. You know, sometimes I'll be in a position where I may want to agree with that perspective, but I haven't seen anything from him or his family members ever really indicate that they cared about a visa to come into the States. But maybe for her, she's in a position where she's thinking, well, it doesn't make sense. I've come all this way and you haven't shown me the love that I thought I was going to receive, or the love that I was expecting to receive from you, the quality time that I thought we was going to have. And because we haven't had none of that, but yet you still wanted to marry me? Why marry me if you don't want to spend no quality time with me? Now, of course, we can't forget the way she has conducted herself. She's definitely conducted herself in ways that have definitely been very unattractive. But at the same time, though, I sit here and I say, but sometimes when she was being Rayne, was she being gaslit at those times? I would say yes, some of the times she was. But I would also then argue just because somebody is gaslighting you, it doesn't mean that you need to react in a savage way. Which brings me to the next part.
I hope you liked him.
It's weird to me that we just broke up and now he's here with gifts. It's very manipulative.
Love and sacrifices. I'll miss you.
What a trip.
Imagine breaking up with someone and then you give them gifts. Goodbye gifts. You give them goodbye gifts. I've never seen that happen in life. I've never seen that. Never thought I'd ever see that. But how do you break up with someone at the beach? Not like the location matters, but how do you break up someone at the beach and then however many days after, whether it's the next day, whatever, before the person's about to fly back to their country, you arrange a meeting, you bring your sister on the outside for protection purposes, but you now want to give gifts and say, hey, thank you, but it's goodbye now. I don't know how that is not gaslighting someone, especially when you've known that the whole time this person has been here, anytime that you've said anything, in general, whether you've said things that have been on the gaslighting terms or you just said things to just be generally honest, you've known that her reaction has always been berserk. So what made him think that this was going to be a good idea? I don't know how I do know how I would react personally. If I was in this situation, listen, first and foremost, if you're messaging me, ringing me to ask to meet you, I'm asking you why. And at the end of the day, I'm saying unless we're meeting to try and work on things, I have no reason to meet you because you've left me. I don't need that closure. But hey.
Fly all the way overseas. You don't even want to spend quality time at all. What do you think's gonna happen now? Why are you doing this?
Of course, you know that our relationship has not been all that rosy.
What is so bad about me that you have to put me down the way you do and come up with sour-ass excuses as to why you couldn't even give me the freaking time of day?
Now.
I think, to be fair, the one thing that Rayne's always going to have in her favor, to be fair, in my opinion, is that he never once tried to have any quality time with her. Yes, we can sit and say it's probably because he was afraid to be with her, but again, why be with somebody that you're afraid to be with? In fact, why not just tell them that? Why not just tell them that? So to be honest, because of his actions regarding avoiding that quality time, I give the point to on that one.
The only time I have ever enjoyed this relationship was when we newly met.
And you asked me to marry you? You are the biggest scammer I've ever come across and one of the worst. You want to play me off for a freaking fool, invite me all the way over here? You're the worst. You want to play me off for a freaking fool, invite me all the way over here? You're going to be nothing now but a bitch to me. Do you understand
that? Woo! And this is the problem that we have here. Her behavior overshadows his behavior. Like, was there any need for that, Rayne? Was there any need for this? Listen, I want to sit and say that, was there any need for him to make the comments that he's making? Was there any need for him to bring the gifts? Absolutely not. But was there ever any need for her to react the way she has to react? You're nothing but a... come on. Come on. The adults have left the chat at this point. To be fair, the adults never entered the chat in the first place in their relationship. We're dealing with one person that has one hell of a temper and another person that literally says things that make it seem as if it favors him. I don't know if you paid attention to the way he speaks. He speaks in a way that makes him sound intelligent, you know, articulate, and he says things in a way where people are going to sympathize with him and be more on his side of understanding that he's the one that is going through these emotions of trying to process da-di-da-di-da-di-da, blah-di-blah-di-blah. And then, of course, we've got the other side where you've got her now. Everything is just absolutely nuts. What a perfect match.
Give a what you say. You don't even deserve this respect as a man. You learn to shut your mouth, okay?
Imagine telling a man you don't even deserve this respect as a man. You learn to shut your mouth. You know, it's very evident that when it comes to respect is something that Rayne struggles with a lot of people in her life. The way she speaks to people, boy. The way she speaks to people, it clearly exposes the fact that she struggles a lot with trusting people. She struggles a lot with respecting people. She struggles a lot with maybe trying to see the other picture of the situation. Whether that other picture is a good or bad picture, but either way, everything in her is seen in the most negative light possible. It truly is sad to live a life with her mindset. It truly is sad to live a life when everything that happens in your life, your reaction is just to be vogue. Is it vogue? I think so. Let's just go with grotesque. Yeah, let's just go with that word. But either way, let's continue.
I can't believe it.
Everyone in my life knew how much I loved him. How much I wanted to do everything. He never led me on. He should have never told me. He should have never told me that he loved me.
To tell Rayne that the only time I've ever enjoyed this relationship was the time I first met her. This is something that I have been struggling to admit to myself for a long time.
I mean, listen, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm really buying that last line for him. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you saw the signs always been there. And throughout the season, you even mentioned about the fact that you was aware that she had a temper. You even told your sister that Rayne has a bit of a temper, but yet you still wanted to marry her. I mean, come on, you can't say that, you know, your relationship was okay at the very first beginning. That's the only time you liked her, but since then you've just been here, but you still wanted to marry her. And it's that bit right there, because he still wanted to marry her, that's the bit that I can understand why she probably thinks that this man was trying to scam her, you know? Whether it had been for the visa or something else, who knows? I don't think the scam, if there was a scam, I don't think it was to come to America personally, you know what I mean? I think, to be honest with you, he just wanted to be on TV, because now when I see what he's posting on social media, it just seems to me as if maybe there was a plan to kind of help boost up their followings on the IGs and whatnot. Which hasn't really gone that much to plan, but it seems to me as if maybe that was the plan, and now they're just gonna try and capitalize on the social media wave that they have at the moment. You see what I'm saying? Listen, you can't blame the hustle, but either way, though, the matter of fact is, you do not accept someone to come to see you if you are afraid of that person, because end of the day, when it comes to a relationship, nobody wants to get married, and nobody's going to have a solid relationship until they know that they can have that quality time with their partner, so therefore they can learn their partner even more. Without that quality time, there is no relationship, because the quality time is so key to understanding who you're with and the person that you're considering marrying. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that he avoided that this whole time because he was afraid is absolutely utter BS, because he could have just said, hey, just don't come see me, because I actually don't know how I'm going to cope with your personality. You know, and for him to sit there and say that, oh, I still wanted to marry, but I was blind to the fact that she liked me because I was blind, and I was blind to these things. Nah, I'm not buying none of that nonsense. None of that nonsense, because throughout this season, he highlighted, or his sister highlighted, all the things that were negative about Rayne anyway. Accountability is not something we should be afraid of, ladies and gentlemen. But either way, though, She needs a lot of healing now. She needs a lot of healing, and she needs to find it some way, somehow. How? Who knows, but she needs it ASAP. With that being said, let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.